Washington's NFL team. They're fresh off announcing it'll drop its controversial name, and the Washington Post reporting more than a dozen female former employees claim they were sexually harassed and verbally abused while they worked there. Rachel Scott joins us now from FedEx Field. Good morning to you, Rachel.
Michael, good morning. This is a franchise in turmoil. First, that name change. Now these disturbing allegations of sexual harassment. Former female employees stepping forward to describe a toxic work culture that has lingered around this organization for more than a decade. This morning, Washington's NFL team under fire again. According to the Washington Post, 15 former employees alleging repeated incidents of sexual harassment and verbal abuse by executives and scouts. Emily Applegate, who started working for the team in 2014, telling the Post that the former chief operating officer would launch expletive-laced tirades and requested she wear a tight dress for a meeting with clients so the men in the room have something to look at. Applegate talking to GMA overnight.
I, in my time there, dealt with a lot of verbal harassment, sexually and not sexually. So not only was I being hit on, but I also was being just berated and spoken down to, degraded on a daily basis.
Applegate telling the Washington Post the behavior was not only ignored, but at times tolerated. Executives, including owner Dan Snyder, turning a blind eye. Applegate, the only woman to speak to the Post on the record, calling her time with the team the most miserable experience of her life.
I had a friend of mine that worked in a different department, but she was basically getting the same treatment from her direct boss, and we would legit cry in the bathroom.
And also telling the Post that she and her colleague, quote, cried about a wealthy suite holder who grabbed her friend's backside during a game, and talking about the indifference the team's top sales executive displayed when she complained. The co-writer of the article telling GMA,
in the first few weeks, veteran female employees would pull you aside and tell you who to avoid, which employees and which guys to not let yourself be alone in the break room with.
The claims, spanning more than a dozen years, include allegations of unwelcome advances and disparaging comments. Sometimes female employees say they were even encouraged to wear revealing clothing and flirt with suite holders. The Post obtaining text messages like this. The paper said was from a female employee who claimed Richard Mann, the former assistant director of pro personnel, once told her to expect an inappropriate hug. Mann, along with the former director of pro personnel Alex Santos and longtime announcer Larry Michael, were among those accused of misconduct. All three left the organization in the past week, with Mann and Santos reportedly fired and Michael announcing his retirement. The team writing in a statement that they've hired D.C. attorney Beth Wilkinson and her firm to conduct a thorough independent review of this matter and help the team set new employee standards for the future. And the NFL is out with a new statement this morning saying these matters, as reported, are serious, disturbing, and contrary to the NFL's values, adding everyone in the NFL has the right to work in an environment free from any and all forms of harassment. And, you know, many of the women pointing out that this behavior happened under the owner, Dan Snyder, blaming him for an understaffed human resources department. The Post reports that there was just one full-time staffer for more than 200 employees. Cecilia?
Disturbing allegations indeed. Okay, Rachel Scott, thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.